Well, hello everyone, and welcome again to Hands Across the Water. And with us today, as usual, is Baz and our very special guest, Scott Nisbet, an ex-Rangers player. How are you, mate?
Not bad, not bad. Thanks for having me on your show. Looking forward to it.
You're more than welcome. And we're absolutely delighted to have you on, Baz. What about yourself, mate? I say we've got it. Finally got a league win, and we've got a proper Ranger on the show of us. So it's a happy Monday for us.
Absolutely. We got a win at the weekend, which was much needed. And the fact I've got Scott Nisbet on, it's just absolutely, I'm thrilled, Scott, that you're here. I watched you from years going by when I grew up as a kid. Absolutely fantastic, man.
The win on Sunday. It was not another not a good performance, but we'll take the win. Take the win, and so hopefully we can grow on now and kick on a wee bit. But it's hard watch at the moment, isn't it? To watch the Rangers at the moment, very hard watch at the moment.
Yeah, it is. It's everyone gonna, I think, in the comments as well say the same. Scott, is in yourself. You're a Rangers ex-Rangers player, but you're a Rangers fan, so you watch the games like us all. Probably hiding behind your sofa there most times, the way we're playing at the minute, mate. But we'll get into all that. First of all, want to chat about you and the great career you had. I wanted to start off with, like, I was just looking at all the names. I was doing the research and stuff, and I couldn't. And I'm sitting there thinking, if you're a Rangers fan, you've grown up. I know you grew up in Edinburgh. Your father, I think, was a Rangers fan. And
Yeah, that's right.
what was it like when John Greig, Mr. Ranger, the greatest ever Ranger, says, I want him in my team? That must have been a surreal moment.
Oh, I couldn't believe it. At the time when I was growing up, I was training with Hibs, Hearts, Dundee United, Tottenham, and Leeds at the time. And then Rangers came in, and that was the only club for me. And John Greig came to my house in Muirhouse, which is, I would say, it's the ghettos of Edinburgh, to be honest with you. And I couldn't believe John Greig turned up in this beautiful, beautiful Jaguar car. No, I was more worried that somebody would nick his wheels. You know what I mean? So, and he came in, and to be honest, I bottled it. I couldn't believe John Greig was in my house. So I went out the back door, and my mum, I left my mum to deal with it, you know, because I couldn't believe John Greig was at my house, and she signed the papers for me to sign for Rangers, you know, on my behalf. So it was absolutely brilliant, and I've never looked back since.
No, that's as I said. I can understand what you're saying. It's probably the worry, because when you, as you say, you're just a guy, a bit like ourselves, just a local normal guy from the estate. Your dream is to play for Rangers. Obviously, that's what we all want to be able to do. But if you have the likes of John Greig coming to your door, I would think I'd do a run or two. I think it'd be excitement, but you'd be like, this guy is an absolute hero. Let mum deal with this one for me, and hopefully get me moved. But you were one of those players, Scott, that I think what people loved about you yourself, mate, is they could tell you were a proper Rangers fan, because you gave everything, and every time you got a chance to play, you played like a young fella. It was your dream all the time. You wanted to do your best. You fought for every single ball, and that's what endears you to the Rangers support, isn't it?
That was it. When I signed for Rangers, I was a centre forward, to be honest with you. Jock Wallace gave me my debut when I was 17 years old. Made my debut, and then Souness asked me one day if I could play centre half, because he was struggling for a team. So I said, yeah, I'll play centre half. I went and played centre half. I was man of the match. Souness came into the change room after the game and come up to me and says, you'll never play centre forward again. And that was it. That was it. Then he walked to the changing room, and that was it. Just walked to the changing room. So I went from centre forward to centre half, and I went right back, wide right. I played left back as well, and I had a wee shot one time in goals at a reserve game as well. So yeah, I played about a bit. You know what I mean? Don't tell my ex-wife that as well. You know what I mean? So there we go.
But the thing is, Scott, though, it's a bit like Dujon Sterling, who plays for Rangers at the minute. And that's what endears him into support, because no matter where he's asked to play, there's no gurning about it. He just go, right, where am I playing? Right, okay, I'm at left wing today, I'll play. If I'm at right wing, if I'm at left back. A bit like yourself, he just wanted to get on the pitch, and he was happy to play, and he's happy to play anywhere. I know he's injured at the minute. Hopefully he comes back, he can get over that injury. But it's having that there belief in yourself to go, I'll go on the pitch, I'll play in any position, and I'll do my best. And that's what a lot of players these days don't actually have now.
That's it. When I got to play, then the gaffer said, right, you're going to right back. Well, I never questioned it. I was just delighted. I was one, I'm wearing the jersey. 2, I'm running out that tunnel. And 3, playing in front of 50,000 fans. What an honour it was. You know what I mean? So you just go play. With the gaffer tells you to play, you play it. And that's it. So, so I just got on with it. Never moaned once, never complained to the manager. I just got on with it, and that was it.
What about your time then? Because the managers you played under, Scott, is actually incredible when you think about it. Like to Jock Wallace as well. This is before we even get near Souness and Walter. And what was it like playing for Jock Wallace, who was an absolute Rangers legend?
Oh, unbelievable! What a presence Jock Wallace had. I'll tell you a funny story about Jock Wallace. I played no for him, and I was 18 at the time, and I played in a reserve game at Parkhead, and got man of the match at Parkhead. Got called up to the office upstairs. So goes upstairs, chaps the door. Jock Wallace opens up, tells me to come in, sits me down. He says, did you enjoy yourself on Saturday? I went, oh, I loved it. He said, I absolutely loved it. He says, brilliant. He says, scored a couple of goals. I said, yeah, scored a couple of goals as well. He says, right, find a week's wages. I said, what do you mean find a week's wages? You never wear mouldies against the cunts. He says, that's what he said to me. That's it. I wore rubber studs. He says, you never wear mouldies against them. All right, you wear screw-ons the next time. And that was it. He found a week's wages. That was it. Couldn't believe it. Oh, take my wages off me. There we go.
As you say, Scott, but the difference was that even when you're talking the likes of that was when managers, especially who actually got it, even though you'd done well, they were always looking for somewhere you could improve, or something to go do that better next time. As you say, wear the mouldies, which we're all having to laugh at, but it just shows you the difference in mentality because they were just serial winners.
Yeah, that was it. And I went downstairs, but into the changing room, and other boys went, "What was the gaffer saying to you?" I said, "It's just find my week's wages." Never. I said, that's because I wore mouldies. Oh, I went and I turned around to the boys, went, who stuck me in? There we go. That was it. But Jock Wallace was absolutely brilliant. Unfortunately, he had a bad run, and then he left, and then Souness came in, and then everything changed after that.
Well, just before we move on to Shiz, did you ever do did you ever made to do the sand dunes?
Yes, I've done Gullen twice. I'll tell you, that was hard. That was really, really hard. Seen a few boys being sick in the sand as well. So John McDonald was one. After running up the sand downs, he couldn't take it anymore. And it just all came out. It just all came out. And everybody just ran around, he's sick and just left. That was it. So a few of the boys threw up because it was too much. But I tell you what, he knew how to get you fit, Jock Wallace. He really knew how to get you fit.
Imagine asking players to do that now for pre-season. It would never happen.
It would never happen. It would never happen. But to me, I think some of the players they're wrapped up in cotton wool now, aren't they? So that's it. The pampered. When I played at Rangers, you had to be shaved every day. You had to wear a shirt and tie into training. Match days, the club blazer and tie as well. Don't get that now. I think Russell Martin should start wearing a suit as well. But that's just my opinion. Because Souness, Jock Wallace, John Gregg, Walter Smith, the great Walter Smith, always suited and booted. You know what I mean? Always suited and booted at the touchline.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think me and Baz we're very traditionalists that way, and I know not everybody is, but I think the vast majority of our support is, and at the end of the day, if you're managing Rangers Football Club, you're representing Rangers Football Club at the you are the one everyone looks to, and if you're not wearing the brown brogues and your nice pressed full suit, you don't look the part for me, and I think that's another reason why it's not the main reason with performances, obviously, but it's one of the reasons why the Rangers support just aren't taking the Russell Martin.
That's it. He's got himself in a bit of tight spot. Hopefully things will change, but I don't see it. I think the fans really want him out now. So But hopefully, with that win on Sunday, Rangers could kick on. But some of the performances have been absolutely shocking. You know,
Yeah.
all the passing at the back, and you know, I think, to be honest, I think Sunday we only had 2 shots on goals, didn't we? On Sunday, if I'm right to believe. You know, so 2-3 shots on goals.
Well, the
Not
first
good
half,
enough.
Scott, they played well in the first half, to be fair. You know, second half, that was when we were starting to get our problems, obviously, and we only needed a couple of shots, and Livingston then came into the game a wee bit, and
Yeah,
we could have been 2 or 3 up, really. You know, I thought we played well in the first half, but the problem is you come out in the second half and we started off bad, and it just sort of, you were waiting. When Livi scored, it wasn't a big shock. You know, I was sitting watching the match with the missus, and this is just waiting for the inevitable here. Isn't what do you say? They'll score. As soon as they scored, and then the philosophy went out the window then, because once you're needing a goal, everything goes back to throw everyone in and play to up front. You know.
That's it. They got stronger in the second half and started causing us problems, and they started bullying us in the second half. Like you say, then they got the goal, they got the equaliser, and then they put them to a different level, and then we were up against it, and then we were making so many mistakes as well. We're giving the ball away, couldn't get the ball in the box, but at the end of the day, we scraped the result, and we'll take the 3 points. You know, take the 3 points.
Yeah, 100%. And hopefully, it's something for us to springboard from. But a bit like yourself, I don't know if that's going to happen. But as you say, there, when Jack Wallace obviously left in the new era, come in, Scott, with Graham Souness, and obviously a bit of money coming in the club, a lot of England international players like Butcher, all class players.
Yeah.
What was it like being, as you as a Rangers man? It must have been excited, not just being a player, but as a Rangers fan, seeing this, going right, how long the Rangers are going to really kick into gear here.
Yeah, then as soon as came in, things changed. To be honest, he was lucky. He came in at the right time as well at Rangers, because England were banned for Europe at the time.
Yeah.
And that's how we managed to get the players like Chris Woods, Terry Butcher, all that kind of players. Because you never thought you'd get the England captain coming to Rangers, but it came. What a player, Big Butcher! What a player he was, by the way. What a centre half he was. And then all the big signings, other big signings came along as well. You had Spackman came in, superb as well. You had Haley come in as well. The great Ray Wilkins, what a player he was as well. And it just lifted the whole place up. That was it. And just went from strength to strength after that. The Rangers,
Yeah. But they also, Scott, they seem to be, now obviously you being in the dressing room, you would know a lot more, but it seemed like players that very quick, because there was so many good big Rangers characters in the team already. You have the likes of Cooper and all there, like absolute Rangers legends.
Yeah.
Coisty and all there, and they would have been the kind of players that could actually, any of these new players coming in and going, this is what it means to play for Rangers, this is what it is, and it seemed like they actually got what it meant, because they had the likes of you guys there letting them know.
That's it. You just mentioned a player there, Davy Cooper. What a player he was, by the way. One of the best players I've ever played with. On that left peg, unbelievable what he could do with a ball. And proper winger, took the players on. He took players on. Then you had Coisty, what a goal scorer he was. You had Durante, Derek Ferguson. So everybody mixed in together, and it was absolutely brilliant. And our training games were even better, because we used to have Scotland v England in the training games. Honestly, it would kick off at training. Scotland v England. I remember soon as he would always play for England. And he caused a riot one day in training. He absolutely assaulted Ian Durant. He absolutely assaulted him. The tackle was shocking, and everybody squared off each other. And Durant bounced off the ground, got straight back up, and turned around to Souness and went, "Is that your best?" And Souness went, "No." I went, "That's my best." And skipped up. That was it. That was it. We were all. It was a free for all after that. You know what I mean? You've got Walter Smith at the side trying to stop it and everything like that. Training was abandoned.
That's absolutely insane.
He punched Durrani. That was it. Durrani got brings right back up and went as soon as, is that your best? As soon as went, no, this is bang. That was it. Then it was a free for all. That was it. Abandoned training.
Well, Scott, Baz, I'll let you come in here as well to have a few questions of Scott, mate, because obviously I know Barry's a massive fanboy of yours, Scott, so that's why he's like a Cheshire cat there. So yeah, so I'm going to let Barry have a few questions to you, mate, and have a chat with you as well.
Roberto.
Now, I was lucky enough, Scott. My first match was '87. My dad took me over, so I was there when you were there. Do you know what I mean? So I remember you very well. But I was just thinking there, Scott. When Souness came in, especially, he completely reformed the club in a different direction. It wasn't just even with the English players, but he was willing to break the mold. As I would say, he was willing to take chances at Rangers, to put Rangers in a more forward direction where they were able to sign certain players. And I'm not going to go into it politically, but you know where I'm coming from. As soon as
are you talking about more? Yeah. But you always know when there's something on happening to Rangers. The front door guy who was Stan at the time was in his commissioner gear. He had his white cap on, his suit, the sash over the black sash, his white gloves. So that's when you knew something big was happening at the Rangers. So we got in the changing room. Everybody said morning each other and that, and then the rumours started going round that we've signed Mo. And everybody's went, no, we've no signed Mo. He's in the building, he's upstairs, Coisty's talking to him. Now, no. I can't tell you what David Cooper and Ian Ferguson said. But no, and that was it. And then Coisty come into the change room, and he confirmed that we had signed Mo. So anyway, we all got ready for training. We went to Jordan Hill, and Timmy came back after training. Oh, there must have been 2,500, 3,000 fans outside giving us all abuse, absolutely giving us dogs abuse. That was it. So then we got into the changing rooms. Walter Smith came in and said, right, everybody quickly showered, shirt and ties back on, and then that's it. As soon as came in with Mo and introduced us to Mo, and then Mo went round the changing room, shook everybody's hand as well. So, but to say that, Mo was a great signing as well. He was a great signing. Scored a few goals as well for Rangers as well. But it broke the mould. Souness broke the mould there, and he wasn't feared to breaking the mould. But I used to travel with Mo from Edinburgh back and forward. It'd be me, Mo, and his two big minders as well. And these boys were built like a brick, big hefty boys. That was it. But he scored. Didn't expect it that morning that to be a signed Mo Johnston. You know what I mean? So that was it. So
and the thing about it is, Scott, Graham Souness was looking years ahead, wasn't he? He was thinking, look, for this club to go further and bigger and better, we needed to do things like that. And make those sort of decisions, because obviously when Walter came in, all those sort of things were already done. So Walter could then assemble another team without the the stigma of signing certain players. That was gone then after that, wasn't it?
Yeah, the ice was broken after that. You know what I mean? So Souness laid the path for that, and then when Souness left, and then when Walter Smith took over, then England was allowed back in the Champions League after that, because they were banned for Europe. That's when Terry Beach and all that they left, and then Walter came in and he brought on the best of Scottish, because by then it was a 3-4 rule. You were only allowed to play 3 foreigners in the Champions League at the time. So then Walter Smith had to go and buy Andy Gorham, Stuart McCall, David Robertson, all the kind of players.
And that worked out well, didn't it? When you mention those three names, Scott, they're three massive Rangers men, aren't they? Like,
unbelievable. The goal, the goalie. I loved the goalie. The goalie was my mucker. Again, I travelled with him back and forward from Edinburgh as well. But what used to happen is one day I would drive, the next day the goalie would drive. One day, and then we would swap alternate days. Never worked out like that. I ended up doing the driving. The goalie was sound asleep. He was sound asleep. He was sound asleep because he got in about 3 o'clock in the morning. I used to wake him up. Goalie, that's a seer. We're at Ibrox. That's a seer. Right, where's the chewing gum? That's it. So that was it.
Scotty, I want to ask you one there. Scott from Not Another Rangers podcast asked this question. What about Terry Hurlock? What was he like as a player?
Oh, he was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant, So we played Celtic at Parkhead, and Terry Hurlock got sent off. He was the first one to get sent off, and we're getting beat 2-0. We were getting beat 2-0 at the time. And then Mark Walters got sent off, and then Haley got sent off. So we got 3 players sent off. So I runs over to the dugout and shouts to the manager, and Gaffer, what do you want us to do? He just leaned out the dugout and went, keep it under 5. Keep it under 5. I come back on the pitch and all the boys went, what did the Gaffer say? I went, Rose Ed, everything's to go in Rose Ed. That was it. So we kept it under 5. But Terry Hurlock, what a player he was. I think we bought him from Millwall for 300 grand, something like that. Well, great guy, solid, proper midfield boy. Proper midfield boy, solid. Tackles were flying in as well. Same with Ian Ferguson, Stuart McCall, proper winners of the ball. Great players, especially Terry Hurlock.
There's Scott, another question there, Scott. Free from Marky Boy. What was your favourite moment in a Rangers shirt?
Aberdeen, last game of the season. Souness had just left. Went to Liverpool. Walter Smith just got appointed. We could have won the game at Motherwell and could have won the league at Motherwell, but we blew it. We got beat. Then Aberdeen were they went top of the league on goal difference. So the last game of the season, Aberdeen, we won 2-0. That day will always stay me, because if we hadn't won that day, we wouldn't have won 9 in a row. That was the game. They kicked on the 9 in a row. So that was a massive day. And it was, for me, it was brilliant for Walter Smith as well, because he just took over as manager for Souness as well. So the Aberdeen game, last game of the season, 2-0. That was a memorable day, great day.
And another one question I have for you as well, Scott. Like, obviously with Graham Souness being such a great character, getting all these top class players in and stuff, what was it like then when Souness had obviously decided to leave and go to Liverpool, and then was the dressing room fully with Walter Smith being the manager? I know at the time the support were thinking, he's unproven and stuff. Is it, it had all this figurehead at the club, and people didn't know Walter just as much, as the fans. But it seemed to be the players at that stage, so the saying is anyway, all the players were fully behind it because you guys knew what Walter brought to the table.
Everybody was behind the gaffer, Walter Smith. Everybody. Wanted Walter Smith to get the job. And then David Murray done the right thing, gave Walter Smith the job. I'll tell you what, all this signing Souness done, right? No, his best signing was Walter Smith. His best signing was Walter Smith. Great manager, great man manager as well. If you had a problem, he would speak to you. But I tell you what, if you want to do in the business, he'll let you know as well. Like I say, when we spoke earlier on, when Walter Smith was in the director's box, and if things weren't going right during the game, and if you saw the gaffer come from the director's box to the halfway line, then you knew you were going to get a bollocking at half time, an absolute bollocking at half time. And by the way, it didn't matter who you were; he gave you the bollocking. But what a great manager as well! Absolutely brilliant manager.
I'm trying to see another wee question here. It's from Jeff Morrison. So it's Scott, who was the best player you've ever played with? I know it's probably a lot, but is there anyone that stood out for you? It would be if you had your first pick.
David Cooper there. I'll tell you what, best defender, Richard Gough. Best goalie, I'll go Andy Gorham. Best midfielder, well, that's going to be, because you've got Ian Ferguson, Stuart McCall. I'll tell you what, best forward, Coisty. Got to go for Coisty. Midfielder, I would go for Ray Wilkins. Was a great player as well to play with as well. Ian Ferguson, I thought Ian Ferguson was a steal from St Mirren as well. So I'll go Ian Ferguson and Ray Wilkins for midfield. Oh, they were all great players. But David Cooper by far was the best of the best. Oh, by far.
That'll be some five-a-side team.
some great players, and then you're leaving out Stuart McCall, you're leaving out Matt Walters, and you're leaving out Haley and Peter Hoostra, Gary Stevens, the best right back. He was the best right back in Britain at the time. No, he was a phenomenal right back. And I was having to compete against him. No.
Hello.
I've got the best right. I'm competing against the best right back. The centre half, I'm competing against the two best centre halves in Richard Gough, best centre half in Britain. Terry Butcher, probably the best centre half in the world at the time. England captain. But it didn't faze me. It didn't faze me, boys. There we go. That was
We've had so many. See the amount of questions already that's come flying in about the Bruges goal. So you're going to have to speak about it, and you've probably spoke about it a million times, Scott. But you'll have to do it again because the amount of people still want to hear about the Bruges goal. Want to hear about the Bruges goal. So we'll let you take that one away, mate.
Well, we played Bruges. Well, what a phenomenal season we were having that season as well. We were going 44. I think it was 44 games undefeated in the league as well. Undefeated in the Champions League. Had Bruges at Ibrox. Haley got sent off. Durante scored, then we got Haley sent off. Team talk at half time was just keep fighting, keep the ball, don't give the ball away. We're down to 10 men. And I just remember Trevor Stephen on the ball. Tried to cross it came off his Stuart McCall's back. And then I just went in to do the boy in a tackle. Fortunate enough, it clipped off the boy's boot. And then last time I looked at the ball, it was heading towards Hart Hill, and then it just bounced in the middle of the 6-yard box, and then right over the keeper's head, and then the goals. And we went on to win the game 2-1. Unbelievable! It was a great night, absolutely great night. Oh, and I'm still to this day. I'm going to say this now. Marseille bribed their way to the final. I'm going to say that now. Oh, they got done. They bribed the French league. They got stripped of the French title that year as well. The chairman Bernard Tapie and 2 players got put to jail as well, if I remember right. But nobody challenged the Champions League. No, to this day I still think they bribed the Russians. Oh, CSK Moscow. Oh, but hey, we should have been in the final. Should have been in the final that year.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, definitely, because you were a fantastic team, especially that season in Europe. But that's I think even Mark Haley as well was mentioned before that they'd asked him not to play in a certain match and stuff, and obviously he wasn't going to. But he knew then. I think that's when it started to catch up to the players going, hold on here, something that right going on with this situation. Yeah. They got away with a few things.
I think Mark Haley received a strange phone call in his room. No to play, you know what I mean? So and then they sending off should never have been a sending off. You know? So but we should have been in the final that year. We should have been in the final, but not to be. But Marseille got found out for cheating anyway in the French league. So there we go. But it was a good goal. Taking it.
And the thing was, Scott, that ended up actually being a bit of a bittersweet moment for you at that time, because I think you'd got a nasty injury not long after that, which unfortunately ended up being a sort of retirement thing then.
That was it. My hip and my pelvic gave way. And that was against Celtic at Parkhead. Oh, I always remember it. We went 44 games undefeated in the league, and then when I got taken off, when we got taken off, it was 0-0, but we got beat 2-0 that day. And I keep saying to the boys, that had got nothing to do with me. I left the game at 0-0, and that was it. So, but now I've paid the ultimate price for that now because of my pelvic and my hip injuries. Now, I've got 2 new hips put in as well now. So there we go. So, but I tell you what, would I do it all again? Of course I would. I'll go through the pain barrier again just to wear that jersey. Of course I would.
You scored an absolute cracker in the Masters as well, if I remember, Scott.
I did. Aye. So the Chelsea in the final, in the Masters final. That was it. I loved the keeper for my own box. So that was a good goal. That was a not bad goal. Hey, taking that one as well. I meant that one as well.
Even the commentators shouting over the greatest goal the Masters has ever seen.
I'm taking it. I'm taking the Bruges goal. I'm taking the Masters goal. That's it. That's in my locker room. That's it.
So you've got a book and stuff coming out, Scott. If you want to let the listeners know, because we will shorten our socials and all, obviously, with all the links and stuff once that it's actually out and where to get it and stuff. But it'll be a really good, interesting read, mate. If you just want to let people know how they can get it and when it's coming out.
Yeah, the book's coming out this week. It's called Red, White and True. It's about my whole life, right up to this present time as well. When I first signed for Rangers, you talk about John Gregg, Jock Wallace, my battles with Souness, the great Walter Smith, my battles in the changing room as well, my life after football, my divorce, my cancer battles, me getting 2 new hips. Yeah, right, everything right up to this present day. It's just everything, no holes barred.
So you'll know, guys. Anyway, anyone that's watching, we'll put all Scott's details and stuff up once that book comes out, and you can get buying it and have a good read of all Scott's life. But yeah. Scott, as I say, another one that maybe not many of the listeners know about was Terry Venables, who is a very respected manager, a very respected man in football. Actually made a call to Graham Souness wanting you.
Yeah, I'll tell you the story about that. 3 weeks, 4 weeks before, a couple of weeks before that, Souness called me into his office and he says, I've accepted a bid to Dundee from Dundee for you. And I looked at him and says, I'm not going to Dundee. He says, no, you're going to Dundee. I've accepted a bid because he wanted to sell me to raise the money to get Nigel Spackman. You know? So he says, gave me the phone. He says, phone your wife and tell her that you're going to Dundee. So Souness left the room, phoned my wife, and we two at the time, and two agreed that, look, I'm not going to Dundee. So I had to get a taxi then from the club up to Jordan Hill, where the boys were training. Walked way up to Souness, and I said, look, spoke to my wife, I'm not going to Dundee. I went from training, playing in the first team, training, getting changed in the first team changing room, to subbing the reserves and getting changed in the reserve team changing room. That's how bad they treated me, you know, because I wouldn't go to Dundee, you know, at the time. Then a couple of weeks went by, and I got called up to the office again, and he goes to me, he says, have you been tapped? I says, what do you mean? He says, have you been tapped? I says, no. He says, I've just had Terry Venables on the phone, want to buy you for Tottenham. No, but I've just told him where to go because you're not going anywhere. I went, oh, okay then. I walked in his room and I went, wait a minute. You just tried to sell me to Dundee and you've just not back Tottenham. Oh. Dundee, London. No, I mean, there's a big difference. And then I got put back in the first team changing room to change and training with the first team boys and playing in the first team again. Oh, just like that. No explanation, no nothing. That was just the way Souness worked. No. The other one he tried to sell me as well. He called me up to the room as well. He says, I'm getting to sell you. I says, Gaff, I'm not going anywhere. He says, "I'm going to sell you." I said, "I'm not going anywhere." And he picked up the Rothman's football book and threw it at me, you know, and it bounced off my chest. You know, he says, "Pick a club you're leaving." And I looked at him, I went, "What about Barcelona?" And then he told me F off after that, you know what I mean? So there we go. Oh, that was it. But totally different between him and Walter Smith, how he managed players as well. You know? So, like, the bust up with Graham Roberts as well. I was there with that as well. When he had a big massive fallout with Graham Roberts. I knew on the Wednesday, Wednesday or the Thursday, that Robbo was going to get moved on. He called me up to the office. I was in the office. It was Souness and Walter Smith. He just went, "Nizzy, just ignore anything Graham Roberts is saying. He's just a fat git now." That's what he said to me. You know? That's exact word. So we played at Aberdeen on the Saturday, last game of the season. I think it was the last game of the season. They got a corner. They put the corner in. Derek Ferguson heads the ball out. Chris Wood shouts out, so we all run out. The ball gets put back in. Graham Robert gets turned by I think it was Willie Irvin at the time, and he scores, and we get beat 1-0. So after the game, we're all sitting there, and then Graham Roberts comes in the change room and he starts pointing at me and shouting at everybody else. It's my fault, my fault. And Souness is just standing there, letting Robbo go off on one. And Souness just turned to Robbo and went, "Robbo, it was your fault." And Robbo went, "No, it wasn't." He said, "It was your fault." He says, "I'm sitting in the director's box." He says, "I can hear Chris Wood shout out in front of 50,000, and I can hear him say shout out, you know, in front of 50,000. Everybody runs out. You fat git, get turned by Willie Irvin, by Willie Irvin, and he scores." So Graham Roberts just went, "Bollocks." That's what he said, bollocks, right? So Souness just turned around to him and went, "Well, bollocks in Scottish means you're calling me a wanker." No? And Graham Roberts just put his shoulders. And Souness just walked up to him and went, "Get your shower, get your boots. You'll never play for Rangers again." Walked up to the mirror, fixed his tie, and walked out the changing room. And that was it. That was Robbo's last game for Rangers. Oh, that was it.
Crazy.
That was just the way Souness dealt with people. That was it. But I knew the Wednesday, Thursday, something was the night because I got called up to the office. Oh, so that was it. So there we go. That was Souness's man management. Oh.
That was not, there was no talk of anxiety those days like we're hearing at the minute. The players have anxiety.
That's what Graham Roberts said. He just went bollocks, and Souness just went, "Well, bollocks in Scottish means you're calling me a wanker." You know? And that was it. And Souness just went, "Get your shower, get your boots, you'll never play for Rangers again," and that was it. Oh. And then
Another big Rangers character, not a player, but someone that you would have known very, very personally, and a man that's endeared to the Rangers support forever, our kit man, Jimmy Bale. You must have some great stories about Jimmy.
Jimmy was absolutely brilliant. Not only was he done everything. Not only was he a kit manager, he drove the bus. And he took the apprentices under his arms as well. He was great with all the apprentices as well. He had huge respect for everybody. You know what I mean? And the most successful kit manager in the world, isn't he? That's it. Nobody's won more than him. Oh, I was shocked. I'm shocked and very saddened when I heard about Jimmy passing away. You know, great guy. Absolutely loved him. You know, and he was loved by everybody. You know, he could write a book on everybody. You know what I mean? I would have loved to have read his book as well. You know, Jimmy Bell, but sadly missed.
Yeah, that just like the Let's Talk Football careers. I know you've been on with them as well, Jimmy. Or Scott, sorry. So I'm just wanting to give a wee shout out just quickly because he's said he's got he's had your cell phone if you want to go on the Let's Talk Football careers and you'll see Barry on with Scott, and he's also got Yap Stam, Matt Letizia and stuff. So amazing people coming on to his wee show as well. So if anyone who's watching, if you want to give Let's Talk Football careers a wee subscribe and stuff, they've got great stuff on their show, especially a lot of ex-Rangers players as well. So if you want to WhatsApp, give him a wee subscribe and give him a wee bit of support because he's doing great things over there. on that wee pod. But yeah, as I say, there's so many great memories, Scott. But what was I saying that sort of now? What are you thinking now as an ex-Ranger, seeing so many amazing players, great characters? Something, do you think Rangers is someone's just put in there? Have we lost a wee bit of our identity? Do you think, as a club, with not having that sort of Scottish hardcore there?
I think so. I thought Lewis Ferguson, we should never have let him go, and we should have brought him back. Rangers were famous for buying the best of Scottish. So, but I don't know what's something though clicking at the moment at Rangers at the moment. It's just I don't know if it's a style of play of football or just fans have not got the patience at the moment. With the current squad at the moment. So something is massively missing at the moment.
Yeah, because it's like yourself. You've got if you've got Scottish Rangers men there, and we've had a lot of good Northern Ireland players as well. Who are Rangers men playing for Rangers, and it shows you the difference when you've got that hardcore there, Scott, doesn't it? Because they want to give everything to play for that badge, and at times you're looking at our players sort of not putting the effort in, and you're thinking if and I know you can't have Rangers men right through the team, but if you had a good core of them there to let everyone know, as soon as they walk through the door, this is what Rangers Club is. This is our history. This is what it means to play for this club. Like you guys would have done when all those top quality English players were coming. You were very quick to go, you might be great, you've played here and here, but you're at Rangers now, and this is what it means.
That's it. But when the English boys all came up to Rangers, they couldn't believe how big a club Rangers was. Rangers aren't just a club; they're a worldwide brand, a worldwide club. Everywhere in the world, you'll get Rangers supporters clubs everywhere: Hong Kong, Australia, New Zealand. Massive to play for Rangers, and I think certain players coming. I don't know if they bottle it or if they've just not got the character enough to play for the jersey. It's just something totally missing at the moment. But hopefully now we've got that first win, maybe we can kick on a wee bit. But I don't know what you think as well. You're probably thinking the same as me. I don't see Russell Martin lasting too long, to be honest with you.
What's your thoughts, Baz, on Rangers and the match, the Livi game, and do you think it can be, fingers crossed, something that can maybe get us going again, or are you a bit like Scott and most of the support? Do you think it's just sort of kicking the can down the road?
I think now looking at a new manager now, I think Rangers have got to be looking at a new manager or talking to another manager. I don't think Russell Martin's got too long to go as well. We scraped the result again on Sunday, even though they were good in the first half, but we were absolutely shocking the second half. So, but we'll wait and see. So hopefully things will change. But we'll have to wait and see. We've got to improve. Massively got to improve.
Well, Baz, as I say, we've got about sort of 15 minutes left here until we sort of finish off. So I'll let you can take a rest over, mate, and chat away to Scotty about Rangers now or whatever.
I'm looking at things now, Scott, and the biggest thing, I've never seen a manager disengage with the support so quickly. And I think that's been Russell's biggest problem. I mean, I know most fans generally at the start didn't really want Russell to get the job in the first place. So he was up against it from the very start. But I think once the support realised he was going to be in charge, they did give him the initial support at the very start. But pre-season was poor. The Champions League qualifiers, we were very lucky in a couple of games. The league form's been dreadful. But my biggest worry is it's not just the way we play, it's the way Russell Martin, for me, engages with the support. It looks like to me, because when Russell speaks, he talks about everything inside Ibrox is good, the players are good, this is good, and that's good. But the problem is the noise outside the stadium is growing massively. And you know yourself, Scott. It's like any football club. No club, the club's only as big as the fan base. You talked there about we're all around the world, so it's not just about inside Ibrox.
Yeah.
It's massive outside.
you look at last week, 14,000 fans stayed away, for a game. That's bad. When fans start staying away, that is really bad. You listen to it on Sunday, all the fans chanting Russell Martin out. Even when we went 2-1 up in the last 2 minutes of the game, the fans were still chanting Martin out. So they've got to be sitting. The directors have got to be sitting, looking at that and saying, "Well, we've got a problem here." One, the performances have been shocking. They have been shocking. Like you say, we rode a luck in the early stages of in the Europa and the Champions League, and then we get absolutely demolished by Bruges as well. And then the league games have been so poor, so poor. The performances have been so poor. So something's going to change. Hopefully, like I say, this win on Sunday, things might improve, a wee bit more confidence in the squad, but I don't see it.
And I think that's the problem when you look at the Livingston game. We played okay in the first half, but that should have been I was expecting the team to come out in the second half and basically finish the game off, but we looked a completely different side. That the team just totally disengaged with the whole momentum.
That's it. They came out in the second half. It was like a different team came out, and we were giving the ball away. We weren't picking up at set pieces. They were winning all the 50-50s as well. We were getting bullied off the ball. Passes were going astray as well. We didn't look confident on the ball. So it was like a different team came out. An absolute different team came out. And then they go and score. Then we panic and we bring on all the subs. So.
And do you know for me, you see when all the subs come on, Scott, and we push really forward. I mean, for me, it just shows you how the tactics that Russell's trying to play in Scotland don't work, because his initial setup doesn't generally work game to game. It's when he seems to be a wee bit under pressure and he just lets the team go themselves. Like I've spoke about expression, letting players express themselves. I know football's changed a bit with the Guardiola style, where they like to play from the back and passy and all that.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's good to let certain players who have certain abilities and let them express their football brain and let them play the game the way they want to as well.
That's it. But we do that passing at the back, and then we lose the ball about 30 yards up the pitch. We give it away, and then we cause most of the pressure on ourselves because we give the ball away. Individual players should start expressing themselves. Good to see Raskin back in the squad. He's got a bit of fight about him as well. But Tav's got a bit of fight about him as well. I think we're weak up front. I think we bought a player for 7-8 million quid. They only scored 2 goals in 2 years. Was it? He scored.
I don't even. I think it was the last time he scored was 2 years ago.
2 years ago, and then we sell a top goal scorer. But we've got to do a lot better. And it starts from the back to the front.
It's the ball over the top that kills us every time, Scott. It's that ball over the head. It nails us. Every team's now trying it. As soon as they get the ball in the midfield, they're just looping it over our centre halves or over the 2 fullbacks, and we look like we're in panic mode and trouble straight away.
That's it. We get caught with that, and the ball over the top as well. It is a weak spot for us because we've got 2 fullbacks pushing forward, and then you got the 2 centre halves who they're quick, but not the quickest, if you know what I mean. So if you've got a confident centre forward, he fancies his chances on a 1v1 on a run on them as well. So the ball over the top is a problem as well.
And thankfully, Scott, Jack Butland's in top form this season again. So
that's the saving point. He has been on top form. You know what I mean? So it could be a lot worse if it wasn't for him, to be honest with you. So he has been on top form because the rest of the boys haven't been on top form. Been very poor.
Scott, I want to ask you a question about, because we talked about young Scottish players. Mikey Moore has been brought up from Tottenham as a development player. He's Spurs development player, and he's came to Rangers to gain experience. but we've got our own development player in Finlay Curtis who's not getting any game time whatsoever.
Yeah.
And for me, that worries me, Scott, that there are players that we're trying to develop into the first 11 are getting sidetracked to bring other clubs' players in who are not going to stay with us. I mean, they'll be there one season and we'll never see them again at Rangers.
Yeah.
Do you find that a worry, Scott, with our development of players?
I do. You got the boy Curtis who's come on, played. He's banged in the goals for us, and then he gets dropped. You know, the only way he's going to get confidence and experience if you keep playing him, give him a chance, give him a run of games. That's it. Let him see what he can do. Give him the ball in the way he does. Let him take on the fullbacks as well. He's banged in the goals. He's never let himself down. He's never let the club down when he's played or come on. He's bailed us out a couple of times as well. So give him a run. No, that's what I would do. But like you say, the boy Muir, he's just on a year's loan. That's it, for a bit of experience. So and then he'll bugger up back down to Tottenham. No, so yeah, give the young lad a run. Give him a chance.
It's really whether Russell Martin does that at the minute is another big factor, because it doesn't look like, I mean, we have 5 substitutions now, Scott, from the old days of what you had, the normal 3 subs. So you've now 5, and he's still struggling to get into the team. And I just worry that the young lad's development is just going down into the gutter. And it's such a shame, because you say basically he plays well when he comes on. He's always got an eye for goal.
That's it.
But he just.
He's a confident young lad as well. When he comes on, he does great. You know, takes the defenders on, cuts inside, shoots. There's no fear to have a goal as well. So the only way he's going to get experience is by giving him a chance. You know, and hopefully the club will give him a chance, give him a bit of a run. You know, because you need these young players coming through. The fans love seeing young players coming through as well. You know, when I played, it was like you had Durrani come through, you had Derek Ferguson come through, you know, Marcel come through. Because we got a chance. We're given a chance.
Do you think that Russell feels that much under pressure at the minute? He's just sticking to his plan A and just hoping that it works.
I think so. I think he knows he's severely under pressure now. He knows he's under pressure, and he's hoping he's looking. He's doing it his way, and that's it. So, but. It's a hard one. I would give the young boy a chance. I would give Curtis a chance. Give him a run. But I can see with Martin, he's under pressure. I don't think he's got many games left. So but we'll wait and see.
We've a big European game on Thursday, Strum Graz, so that'll be a bit of a test for us away from home there as well, won't it?
Away from home there. Could this be his last game if we get destroyed on Thursday? I hope we don't get destroyed. Hope we can go there and get something out of the game. No, but not very confident at the moment because of the way we're playing at the moment. No, so what do you think? Do you think you confident for Thursday?
You see at the minute, if you look at the first,
I'm putting the question back on you.
You're right. But at the minute, Rangers fans, Scott, they just don't know what they're about to see. There's no confidence in. You see, for me, if I'm looking at this as a fan, always have, and I look at Rangers, and I just feel at times, Scott, that Russell puts the shackles on the players too much. I just don't feel like. It looks like at times they want to make that pass, but they remember to themselves what we learned in training. The moment's not right yet. Pass back, waiting the right move. And sometimes
that's it.
Games change,
especially when the ball goes wide and you get the ball to the 2 wide men. No, when I played, you had Cooper, Matt Wallace, Hoostra, Trevor Stephen. They weren't fairly taking on players, taking on the fullbacks, running them at pace. No. You got our 2 wingers, they'll run 20 yards with the ball and then they'll stop and they'll pass it back 15 yards. No, it's confidence, lack of confidence.
And the reason my point in that one is, Scott, because when Ant-Man first arrived at Rangers, he had no training. He was through into the first game against Kazan. He was outstanding. He took the man on the outside nearly every time he got the ball.
Yeah.
After the first week of full training, Ant-Man is doing what Tierney used to do, cuts inside every time with the ball, cuts in every single time. And to me, a fresh player coming in that's going on the outside that hasn't been coached. That's his game. That's the way he's naturally wanting to play. And for me, that I see the way Russell wants him is to push the ball into the middle of the park. And I think Altman is far better with the ball, down the outside. Yeah.
Down the outside, he likes cutting in, but when he cuts in, he's cutting into a packed field. He's cutting inside any other midfield boys. So then he loses the ball, or his only option is to pass it back to the centre half or to Tav, and then we're back at the back again. No, but you're right. You should have the confidence of taking them on the outside and then whipping the ball across. No,
and that's my thing, Scott, because that's why I'm saying about the coaching. He's obviously being instructed to play like that. He's being told to play. He has to be getting told to play inside. Because naturally he wants to go on the right, but it looks like to me the coaching setup is telling them, no, we want the ball pressed into the midfield. And as you say, it's a packed area, and that's not where we're going to create any chances.
Exactly. So, should take it on his shoulders and just do his own things. Say, right, I'm going to take the boy on the outside. I'm going to get to the byline. I'm going to whip that ball across. No, but it's confidence again, isn't it? The whole team's lacking. The only one that's past marks is Butland at the moment. He saved us at the moment. Butland. The rest have not got anywhere near past marks at the moment.
Yeah.
And I think that's a lack of confidence as well. Players are feared on the ball. They're afraid to do anything creative on the ball. So they're afraid of making a mistake. Martin's under so much pressure. So I don't see him lasting so long, to be honest with you. After hearing all the fans again on Sunday, and the style of football is not convincing. It's not convincing at all. So I think a lot of confidence has been taken out the team. So, but we'll wait and see. Maybe this, like I say, maybe this game we won on Sunday might kick us on to a different level, but I don't see it. Which is sad. It's sad because it's not the Rangers we know and love. If you know what I mean. Something's missing, big style. Well,
absolutely.
No.
Yeah, no, I agree with you there. As I said there, Scott, it's like the philosophy manager, and once you need a goal, the philosophy goes out the window, and it's desperation. And we got our goal from that in the end. But then you're thinking to yourself, well, why not let, as Baz said earlier, why not let these shackles off early on in the game and just go and win these matches rather than playing with the handbrake on and then letting it loose when you're desperate in the last 20 minutes.
That's it. These are the matches our philosophy: win the battle. The first 20 minutes, win the battle. That's it. Once you win the battle, then put your foot in the game, start spreading the ball, and that's it. So that's what we used to do: win the battle first, and then take the sting out of the game, and then start playing. Football's not rocket science. It's just when you're at the back. That was it. The goalkeeper kicks the ball. It was my job or Coffey's job to go and win, and John Brown's job go and win the ball. That was it. So, halfway line, you gave them a smack at the halfway line to let them know they're in a game. But that's lacking now. That's all gone now. But different tactics these days. No, not like when I played. Four at the back. No, when we played it back, if the left back went, I would tuck into the centre halves, if you know what I mean. But now you got the two fullbacks. You get the two fullbacks flying down, and you got the two centre backs at the back, and then they're getting caught with a ball over the top because it's creating a lot of spaces at the back. So when I played, it was like if the left back went, I would tuck in, and there'd be three years at the back, and that was it. But that's the way he wants to play. Different tactics.
Well, if he plays like that on Thursday, Scott, and if this Sturm Graz team have got any pace, they will destroy us. There's no doubt about it. They're sitting second in their league. They're front of RB Salzburg and all these. So they're no mugs. They've won most of their games this season. They're sitting there second and in a very difficult league. A couple of good big size clubs in that division, and they're up there in second fighting for that league title. They're going to be no mugs. They're going to be very hard to play.
As you say, they're second in the league. They're flying at the moment as well. They'll be confident as well. They're at home. If you just don't lose an early goal in the first 10 minutes, then your back's against it for the rest of the game. So just keep our shape, keep the ball, hit the corners, get the ball in their half, fight for the ball in their half, keep them pressed as well. So, and have a go at goals. Somebody have a go at goals. All this passing across the pitch. Somebody just take the ball, take a touch, and have a crack at goals. Oh, I've never seen a Rangers team hardly have a shot on goals in all these years.
Yeah.
No,
that's the infuriating parts about what we were talking about Finlay Curtis, because that's exactly what he wants to do. He wants every time he gets a ball, he goes for a crack at goal, and it's as if to say Russell Martin's going, no, if you're going to do that, you're not playing. I'm going, makes no sense.
It makes no sense. Give the young lad a chance. He is a player. He is a good player. Give him a chance. But
well, that's sort of that's our up. But Scott, it means a lot to us for you to accept our invite to come on, man. It's a privilege to have you on, and hopefully, because we have a lot of listeners from Scotland and from here where we are in Northern Ireland, and everyone's really enjoyed you coming on, especially us.
Boys, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you. If you can mention the book Red, White and True out this week from Amazon or W. Smith's and Waitrose, go and get it. It's a must read. It's about my whole life. And boys, it's been an absolute pleasure for having me on.
You're more than welcome anytime, Scott. And as I say, me and Baz, you just send me through the wee Facebook page, the links and stuff when the book's out, and I'll get them on. We've 30,000 on our Facebook page and stuff now, our Hands Across the Water Facebook page. So we'll get it all shared out for you, mate, and hopefully it's a success for you.
Much appreciated, boys, and hopefully we get a result on Thursday night. Something to cheer us all up.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Just before we go, Baz, I'll let you say goodbye to Scott as well.
Yes, Scott, mate, absolute pleasure having you on. I remember watching you years ago. This has been a fantastic pod for me. Talking to like yourself. Only ever seen you from the stands, so it's been good to chat to you close up, mate. And all brilliant. The stories has been fantastic. Some of the names you've mentioned are unbelievable.
But I've really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed the stories. Well, I could go on all night telling you stories, but hey, I've got to keep some stories for the book.
buy the book, you'll hear them all or read about them all, should I say. Well, thanks very much. That's us again. End of the show. As Scott says, hopefully Rangers, as a wee kick on for us, getting that late goal, hopefully, fingers crossed, and we'll get a good result on Thursday and then go to Falkirk. That's, at the end of the day, we're all Rangers men and we just want the best for the team, but we'll see how it goes, and all we want is our team to win. Thank you, everyone that's been listening. Once again, if you want to hear more from Scott, his book's coming out. Make sure you get there. Keep a lookout on our page, and we'll be sharing all the details of that book, and you'll hear all the stories and much more in the book. Thank you, everyone. I'll speak to you again next Monday.